Yeah. Come on. Straight out of G-City. Y'all know me. I'm Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, vigilante by night. I'm Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause it's motherfucking awesome.
Okay, so something big happened this week, right? A big announcement, a thing that was much talked about, that was blown up and argued about, and basically the internet exploded. And what we are talking about...
Xander Corvus possibly getting AIDS.
Nope. I don't know what that means. Ben Affleck has been cast as Batman / Bruce Wayne in Superman Batman, the sequel, the follow-up to Man of Steel. Zack Snyder, of course, will be doing it again, and we do know that Henry Cavill will be Superman again. But
the chef there.
Now we know that Ben Affleck is going to be Batman. And I remember they said they wanted an older Batman. They were looking at Dark Knight Returns, the book. I heard now that they're bringing Frank Miller in, so even he's like consulting on the movie now. And the writer of Dark Knight Returns, in case you for some reason don't know that, in case your geek cred is a little low. Things moving forward. Ben Affleck is Batman, and now shit gets real. So
it gets dramatic.
Yes. So far it's very subdued and it's kind of freaking me out. I feel like it's just a calm before the storm in this discussion. So how do you guys want to start this? Do you guys want to bitch for a little bit and vent? Well, Kid just looks silently and shakes his head.
I'll start it off.
Okay, Josh, let's start. I think I have a different opinion than you guys, and from what I've heard so far, I think I do have a different opinion from you guys. So I kind of want to get your stuff in there, and then I can come and try to make sense of it in terms of the way I'm thinking. But anyways.
So,
okay.
Holy shit, Ben Affleck. Like, let's take a step back.
It was a surprise to everyone, I think, when they first heard it.
Let's take a step back and look at Red Batman's...
I wondered if it was April Fool's Day when I read it. Yeah. I was like, wait a second, what month is this? Like, I really seriously contemplated for a split second, wait a second, it's August.
So, I've heard this compared to a lot of, like, Heath Ledger stuff. Like,
there's a lot of that.
When Heath Ledger got the role of Joker, everyone was like, oh, the fuck Heath Ledger.
Heard that, yeah.
What is this? And
I'm not watching this because Heath Ledger's in
he
gay cowboy and
he
all that
stole
kind of
the show and blew everyone away.
Heath Ledger was fucking amazing as Joker.
Here's the thing about Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger had at least, like, Brokeback Mountain and something
10
else.
Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, he had
range.
A Knight's Tale, which is
I'm saying,
awesome
but
movie.
Heath Ledger had movies under his belt that you could look at and go, he's got range, he can act. Let's do this. Ben Affleck has none of those.
No, I don't think that's true at all. The debate starts.
There we go.
I don't think that's true.
But you can't look at Ben Affleck's stuff and go.
I'm just gonna ask a simple question right now to start this off in this debate. What was the last Ben Affleck movie you saw? Kid grabs his phone.
Don't remember. It's been a while.
This is a large reason why I think people are flipping out, actually.
This is editing.
So, well, it's not editing. I'm going to keep talking. This is why I think people are flipping out a little more.
We got Mr. Mom on here. Hold on.
I think this is why people are going crazy. Is because
God damn
they haven't seen that many things with Ben Affleck in it lately. And you know what? A lot of people have.
The Town.
I'm not gonna say you've seen The Town?
Extract.
I saw The Town.
The Town's an awesome movie. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
If he directs it too.
Wait.
Then he makes himself look good.
Wait. So you're saying that Ben Affleck sucked in The Town? Like, you think his acting was bad?
I didn't like The Town that much, no.
Really? I love The Town. Sorry. I think it's his best movie. Even though Argo won the Oscar, I think The Town.
And I'm looking at these movies. I mean, and there's movies in here that I'm like, they're not bad, but I don't think Ben Affleck is that great.
Okay.
And you know what?
Extract. He was playing a pothead. Just thought that was.
Yeah, he was good.
I thought that was Ben Affleck playing Ben Affleck.
Anyway,
pretty good.
I want to go back to my Batfleck story here.
Okay.
When I was reading like the new stuff, like I heard that they kind of wanted an older guy. They wanted like the grizzled veteran to Superman.
And there was talk of like Josh Brolin or Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I don't care about other people.
Even Carl Urban, a lot of people wanted Carl Urban.
I was confused.
Kind of weird to me.
And
I love Carl Urban, but it's kind of weird.
When I saw that it was Affleck, I was confused. I mean, I don't really like a lot of the stuff he does, but I'm like, all right, whatever. And I'm like reading the other news, like the rest of the news, and they're saying like they wanted an older guy to be like the grizzled veteran to Superman's new kind of. He's just breaking into this. Batman's been on the streets. But here's the thing: when I was reading that, all I could think of is like Affleck kind of doing not a quite Christian Bale, but like a deeper voice.
Okay, no,
that's saying like, I'm doing this on the streets. You don't know what it's like out there. Like I had like this Affleck voice in my head saying that, and I just was like, no, I can't do this.
Look, I don't know what his Batman voice is going to be.
I don't know. I don't think he's doing a Bale. See, that happened too, but I don't think he's going to do a Bale. But I thought like Kevin Conroy, how he kind of like he has the Bruce Wayne voice and he deepens it a little bit more for Batman.
Yeah.
Like I just saw like an Affleck trying to do like a deeper toned voice, going, "You don't know what it's like out on the streets. I've been out there for years," and I just lost my shit. And I'm like, no, I can't deal with this. Okay. Like I'm not 100% negative against it. I don't like it. I'm not like I know the internet has exploded in this hatred over it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'm not there.
Pretty hardcore.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Shit. Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea. I'm not totally 100% against it. I don't like the idea. I don't see how it's going to work. It comes back to the stuff of like, you know, the previous Batman movies where they always seem to cast Bruce Wayne and not Batman. Which I think I've mentioned to us before. I don't think I've ever talked about it on the podcast. But when you had like Clooney, Kilmer, Keaton, who was, of course, in 1983's classic comedy, Mr. Mom.
Really? Because I kind of think Keaton was a better Batman than Bruce Wayne. I think that's like the only time it wasn't the case.
But
I think Kilmer was pretty good too. Like, I actually kind of like Kilmer.
It might be because I grew up with him.
I think Clooney's like the worst of it all.
Clooney was the best Bruce Wayne, but the worst Batman.
But that's what I always said. Like when we went and saw Batman Begins. The
movie sucked, but that wasn't his fault. But in terms of casting, he was cast as the best Bruce Wayne.
Exactly.
And when this was announced, I kind of thought, what if they would have just recast, since they wanted someone older, what if they would have said George Clooney as Batman?
That would have been pretty cool.
Right? But I think the internet would have also exploded. And they would have been like, Batman and Robin was so fucking bad.
Well, the tone of, because they're coming off the Nolan movies and Superman, the tone of that is much different than the movies Clooney was in. But I think like the problem they had before was they always casted Bruce Wayne and they didn't cast Batman.
Okay, and you're saying that's what you think is the problem here?
And Bale was totally a good Batman, and like
and he's a good Bruce Wayne.
He's a good, but that's the thing, they casted Batman. And Batman pretends to be Bruce Wayne. That's always been his character. Is he pretends to be Bruce Wayne.
When Bale was cast as Batman, though, there was a couple sentiments in the air from what I remember. Now, granted, this was like a while ago, who knows, like 10 years ago.
From that, all I had was Equilibrium, and Equilibrium was sweet.
No, that's not true. You had American Psycho. But anyways, I had American Psycho. Too. Exactly. But most people had not seen Equilibrium or American Psycho.
Most people have not seen Equilibrium right now.
Yeah, exactly. Or American Psycho. I mean, American Psycho is a popular movie, but not...
What about the sequel?
Not a mess. Okay, with Mila Kunis? No.
Mila Kunis?
Anyways.
Shot in 30 days.
I saw a little bit of an HBO like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, this is bad. Yeah, with William Shatner. It's on HBO. It's totally weird. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. So I know when I heard about the new Batman, when Batman Begins was announced, granted this is before we saw footage, before they just announced Christopher Nolan is doing a Batman movie with Christian Bale and Gary Oldman and Morgan Freeman and all that stuff, and Michael Caine. When they just announced those things, I was super excited for it. But I do understand that most people were not. Because they were going, number one, I don't want another Batman movie. Batman and Robin was so fucking bad. Right? That was the first thing that people said. The second thing was, I don't know who these people are, aside from, Morgan Freeman and that kind of stuff. And Michael Caine, yeah. But, they were like, I don't know who Christopher Nolan is. What the fuck has he done? Now, granted, he had done Memento, but again, Memento isn't a giant movie like Did
people know who Christian Bale was?
People didn't know who Christian Bale was because he had only done... Yeah, he had only done American Psycho.
Better off.
No, but this is what I'm saying. But we knew who he was, and we knew who Christopher Nolan was, and we knew all that stuff, so we were super excited for it. However, most people weren't, right? So it was a lot different, and again, people were very much against the movie, and it shows in the sales. If you notice, Batman Begins didn't do nearly as good as Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, and that isn't only because it's the first one, which granted the first one usually outsells the other ones, but it's because people didn't trust Batman Begins when it came out because of Batman and Robin and all that kind of stuff. And,
but it won.
but
all
it
their
did
fame.
okay.
I
It did
assume
okay.
like the DVD sales and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
and
assume that
I
did
think it
well.
made like 200 million or 250 million, which, you know, is a joke looking at Batman movies and how much they make now. But, you know, it did decent, and Warner Brothers was like, hey, this did decent, and people seem to like it for a change and all that kind of stuff.
Still
so let's make
haven't
more.
done it.
So we got more. Now this, you have to remember, it's hard to take yourself out of because we haven't been that far removed from it, but this is not, this is basically a whole new thing again now. This is not, you know, a continuation of Dark Knight Rises, moving on with Ben Affleck in the role of Christian Bale. This is a new thing, a different thing. I find it funny that people are complaining so much when everyone complained when Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
It's a drink.
So he's talked about taking over, and you know,
Would've been
now
better
people are
back
complaining so much more. Where I'm like, you know what? Maybe Joseph Gordon-Levitt would have been a
Fuck that.
safer
Would have been
choice.
better with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
See, that's what a lot of people.
No,
we'll
you
hold off on
didn't
that.
mention it.
Yeah.
It's only when you.
Well, I did mention it and we didn't drink. But anyways. Okay, so, but what I'm saying is, I think people are jumping to conclusions, they're flipping out, they're thinking this is going to be Daredevil all
Jumping
over
to
again.
conclusions.
Alright, so anyways, they're thinking this is going to be Daredevil all over again. Okay, Daredevil, I don't remember what the guy's name is who's the director of that movie, but he's not a good director.
Shit,
Alright.
McFucksticks.
And, yeah. So,
It was written poorly too. We're gonna have that.
true, and you know what worries me the most about this Superman Batman movie more than anything else, Ben Affleck being cast,
Is
any of that
this the
stuff,
same kind of team that did Superman?
is, first of all, it seems like Christopher Nolan is nowhere to be found in terms of making this movie. Second of all, it is Goyer and Snyder. And granted, I like Snyder's directing, I like the movies he's directed, except for Sucker Punch. And why? Because Sucker Punch was a movie that he very strongly wrote, right? Like, it was his own original idea. So, Goyer, who
Well,
you remember, if you know anything about this podcast, which you may not, Jumper is a terrible movie, and David Goyer made Jumper.
I'm leaving.
Okay, so you got
Someone
you got
else
the
wrote
guy-
Jumper.
Are you sure?
It's a book series.
Okay.
Goyer wrote the screenplay.
Okay, then let's go with
Which doesn't change anything because these
what's
are comic
the
books.
Auschwitz movie?
The
Unborn.
The Unborn.
The Unborn, then. Let's go with The Unborn. Okay, Goyer does not make the greatest things. Goyer works well when he's working with somebody, but normally when
Well,
he's working...
when you write the line, we have to finish what was started in Auschwitz, you know you have a problem.
I think he directed The Unborn, by the way.
Whatever.
He might have wrote it too. I'm not even sure. I shouldn't be saying this, which just sounds really bad. But anyways,
Where's Stevie Nicks?
I know Goyer can make bad things, right? And when he
I haven't seen
teams
him do
up
it.
with somebody,
Does he do anything good?
usually who's much more talented than him. Usually when he teams up with somebody much more talented with him, it works out good. However, in this case, yeah, Snyder's probably more talented than he is.
But Snyder hasn't
Snyder
exactly-
writing scares me, alright? And I know he wrote some of the screenplay for Watchmen, which I actually like, but a lot of people don't. Those are much more worrisome and question marks about this movie than Ben Affleck as Batman. Because Ben Affleck can surprise you. I think Ben Affleck in The Town is fantastic. I think he's really good in Argo. I think his
Did he direct
acting
those
lately...
movies? Did he direct those movies?
Yes, but he also acted in them. Okay, it doesn't matter. He directed them. He also acted
He
in
needed
them.
that extra part
And his
there to make
acting
himself
was
look
good. And in both of those movies, here's my concern. Okay, people are complaining, and one of the concerns to me because
Pearl
I am not
Pearl
like
Harbor.
Okay, Pearl Harbor, fine. I never saw Pearl Harbor, to be honest.
Good.
I've seen parts on TV.
Cuba Gooding should have been Batman.
So what I'm saying though is the concern for me with Affleck being Batman, and I am not like 100% against it, but I also am not against it. I'm kind of in the let's see how it turns out, and this could turn out awesome, right? That's kind of my thoughts. Is
I just hope no contracts
wait
are
and
signed
see?
and they can reverse it.
well, it's kind of a wait. No, I think it's official. It's kind of a wait and see thing, and it's kind of this could turn out awesome to me. So it's kind of a neutral to for it position, right? I'm not against it because there's a lot of things that I think about that maybe most people don't. But
And I'm one step behind where you are.
yeah, you're behind me. Kith probably have to like totally hates this, right?
No, yeah,
No?
pretty much I hate this.
Yeah. See, he totally hates it. But
We'll get into that.
I'm in the perfect negative
okay,
realm.
what I was saying, the thing I'm
Same.
most concerned about Affleck being Batman is that he's too much of a recognizable figure.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
It is Affleck, right?
What the hell is Ben Affleck doing dressed up like Batman? I'm probably gonna ask myself.
Really, I think he might look fine in the bat suit. It's seeing him.
He's not. I heard he
it's
has a
seeing him
perfect chin
underneath.
for this. I'm like,
Okay,
what
well,
the fuck are you talking
It's just
about?
seeing Ben Affleck. A lot of people, are gonna see Ben Affleck. It's
Yeah.
kind of like when George Clooney was Batman. You saw George Clooney. Yeah, right? And that's my concern. However,
And
you know what I mostly think of
When you
is...
saw Michael Keaton, you thought Jack from Mr. Mom.
I mostly think of his bad. You know, people mostly think of his bad movies in terms of, well, that was just Ben Affleck. That was just Ben Affleck. But I look at like The Town and Argo, and at first, sure, I looked at it and I went, "Hey, that's Ben Affleck." But as I watched the movie, I forgot that it was Ben Affleck. Like there were moments where
to think that's Ben Affleck like a motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard that joke like 20 times this week. But Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms, yo. I think I've heard that far too many times this week, or seen it written in comments. But anyways, because people make the same 5 jokes. About this news story, people make the same 5 jokes on the internet, so hopefully we can avoid those, but Kid already kind of blew that. So anyways, next you're going to talk about Matt Damon being Robin, right? Anyways, alright, so...
Nicolas Cage, Robin. That would make it equal to me, and I would totally love to see
No, I want...
movie.
Well, first of all,
I thought... sound effect your head explode.
I think Matt Damon would be a better Mr. Freeze, because he's got his head shaved.
Well, not anymore. I've seen him in recent interviews.
Alright, but for Nick Cage in a Batman movie, he's got to be like the Riddler.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Alright.
Nick Cage is...
I almost like to see Nick Cage as Alfred.
Don't you know what I'm doing?
Alfred, here's my cape. How to burn.
No, Nick Cage is the Riddler. That's what I want. I want a crazy Nick... I want the Con Air long hair.
As the
Nick
Riddler,
Cage
okay.
walking around with a suit just to like, what are you doing? He's like, don't you know? Just putting an envelope there.
Perfect.
I kind of went into this expecting someone to bring up Nick Cage in this role or in a different role or whatever, because it's this podcast.
Nick Cage as Batman
and
would be sweet.
yeah,
hold on.
I do not agree. I love Nick
Because
Cage.
if they don't have Michael Caine as a butler, you know who they need?
Who?
David Bowie.
David
Bowie is the butler.
Dude, yes.
How the hell did
Holy shit!
I'm okay with that now.
Like,
I'm okay with that now.
So
Now we're dreamcasting this movie though.
What are you doing, man?
But I can't see David Bowie in a servant. I can't see David Bowie in a servant.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
What if you make like Earth One badass Alfred, where he's like military trained,
ex-SAS.
Yeah. It's like, or even Beware the Batman, because they did that same sort of thing where Alfred's like a MI6 or whatever. You know, he's sort of a secret.
Where he has to like go recover Batman because he got like injured and he's hiding in an alleyway and he's like, Bruce, what you doing? You fucked up, man. Just messed away. Get the fucking machete.
Okay, it's easy to make a movie that is crazy and weird and
totally bitching.
And awesome because of that. But if we're looking at this seriously, which most people I think are, right? Because look at what happened when they took Batman not as seriously. It was called Brave and the Bold. Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
It was a cartoon show. A lot of people didn't like it.
No.
And granted, it wasn't always the greatest, but there are some episodes of that show that are great. All right, the Batmite episode, and I can't remember what the other one was, but those are amazing episodes.
The
Batman's always
Meister, with the Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes, that was the other one that's great.
Oh God, no! I love Neil Patrick Harris. I think he's great, but no, that episode was terrible.
No, it was fun.
I had Black and God no, Black Canary no.
Anyways, this is what most of the internet and what most people think when they think about Batman is he needs to be taken seriously, all that kind of stuff.
Batman's best when he's Batman.
He's best.
We prefer.
But there is another take on Batman, all right? There is the Adam West Batman, that sort of thing that exists, right? That was popular.
Yes. In the 70s.
Oh God,
it's true.
If Affleck played
40
Adam
years
West
ago.
No, I don't think that's what they're doing.
That obviously is what they're doing.
Here.
But now, like, if they
want to add on
that's basically just a movie abortion that they're just shooting out of the uterus of pain. That was a really weird metaphor.
All right, but really. Okay, I want to know your initial thoughts then. Okay, we haven't really went to you and just had your initial thoughts. You said you were on the far end of the spectrum here. Yeah, you were completely against it. 100%. Oh, he's sitting up for this.
Oh, he's in
I
the
heard. Like, also, this happened. Like, someone told me that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman. I was like, he's not the fucking Knight.
Yeah, I'm claiming first on Facebook, by the way.
Ben Affleck is not the fucking Knight.
I wrote it on Facebook.
He is not Batman at all. It's just like I've heard arguments to the point of why he should be Batman. One of the arguments made no sense. Two of the points was because he's not Christian Bale. Because someone hated Christian Bale as Batman. Okay. And I thought, fuck you.
Right.
Like another argument was pretty much like, oh well, he looks good with his shirt off. Doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't fucking matter. And like, oh, he won an Oscar for directing the town.
No.
And starring in it.
No.
Argo.
You don't even. No,
Argo.
You're still wrong.
Go.
He wasn't even nominated for directing Argo.
What did he win an Oscar for?
for Argo as Best Picture. In other words, producing Argo.
Best Picture.
You're on your
It
facts
doesn't
right.
have anything to do
It
with
was a
directing.
travesty that he wasn't even nominated for directing. He was not nominated for directing.
He was nominated. Was you nominated for acting?
No!
No, he wasn't at all. So they're saying he's nominated for producing
Whoa.
a movie.
Whoa.
He's got you there.
No,
He was nominated for producing a movie. That's it.
Okay, he's getting angry now.
That's it.
I
We
agree.
want that! Destroy me!
I agree.
Destroy me!
That's it. He was nominated for producing. People can like every award-winning actor, Ben Affleck. He fucking produced the movie.
Yes!
Okay.
Do that!
That's it. He didn't win it for act. His excellent.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio's better
I've worked
actor
with
than
better.
he is.
I've worked with better.
Yeah, thank
but
you.
not
I don't think any. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? What does Leonardo DiCaprio as a veteran actor have to do with this? Are you saying they should have cast Leonardo DiCaprio?
He should have won it. Like
He
some
wouldn't
sort
have
of
done it.
award
No.
for Django. Django was fucking
He was
amazing.
nominated for an
Django.
Oscar. He was nominated for an Oscar.
But he didn't win.
Django? Yes, the Django.
He should have won.
No,
but
Christoph
he
Waltz
fucking
won.
should have won.
Christoph Waltz won.
Okay. That was
Okay, but
Hold on! I
Christoph Waltz is Alfred.
No, I solved all their problems. I figured out who should play Batman.
Okay.
Christoph Waltz.
No. German Batman does sound great, but I don't know.
No.
Go, quick.
David
go.
Bowie.
Well,
I
obviously.
got more I want to say, so go.
I don't remember his name.
Jamie Foxx?
I always forget his name.
Look it up. Look it up.
He's gonna be Electro though.
But
Okay.
it's really
anyway.
shitty. I always forget his name.
You're just freaking out about the Oscar thing. I'm not with your statement of he hasn't been nominated for an Oscar for acting. I'm not disagreeing with what you said. What I'm disagreeing with
Jeff
is
Bridges.
you. You are the person who every time I bring up a movie and you talk and I bring up, oh, well, it's nominated for Academy Awards. Oh, it was won Academy Awards. You know what you say to me every time? I don't give a shit about
Damn
Academy
straight!
Awards. So why are you using that to fuel your
Because
argument?
people are using it to fuel their argument. Because they're saying like, oh, Ben Affleck won this Oscar. Fuck you!
I need a chair.
It doesn't matter.
Someone should throw a chair.
The Oscars doesn't.
Someone needs to put
The Oscars don't matter, and even still, he was a fucking producer. It doesn't fucking matter.
Get these bar stools on his hands so he can just fucking go nuts.
Exactly. This is bullshit. Like I'm playing by their rules.
He's playing by the rules.
I'm playing by their rules.
rules.
Their rules is he won an Oscar. Who gives a shit he won an Oscar? But he won an Oscar.
Actually-
fine. He won an Oscar for producing.
Well, he also
that's out the
he also-
window.
He was in
Hey,
Pearl
hey,
Harbor and
What else has
Daredevil.
he done?
Hey, he
Daredevil.
also
Pearl Harbor.
he also won an Oscar for co-writing Good Will Hunting. Remember, let's not forget that. So before you start spouting out
Okay,
about
Good Will Hunting was good.
So you're just saying
But
something
I'm
as
just
acting.
No,
Shh.
I'm saying kid just saying he only won for producing. I'm saying well he also won for writing.
No one's handed him any acting awards though, and for
Okay,
a
wait,
reason.
Whoa,
Wait, who wrote
that? To say okay, he wasn't nominated for acting.
Wait.
For
Good Will Hunting.
Oscars.
Good Will Hunting.
for Oscars, right? For other awards.
Are you gonna mention the Golden Gold?
I'm
Those
sure he's been
were
nominated.
trash.
I don't know offhand anything to tell you, but I am sure, probably for Argo, probably for The Town. He was probably nominated
I'm
for
pretty
something.
sure he was nominated
right?
as a Razzie for fucking like.
No, I'm
Jesus,
sure
what's
he
your
was
point?
nominated for a Razzie. He probably won. He
What's
probably
your
won
point?
the
What's your
Razzie.
point exactly? He was nominated for many awards.
Because you act like nobody ever does bad movies. Yes, actors do bad movies.
yeah,
all right?
actors do bad
It
movies,
doesn't
yeah.
mean that this
Ben
is
Affleck does a lot of them.
well, in the
There
past.
are bad
In the
movies.
past.
No.
Lately, has he done anything bad? I asked you guys before. What was the last Ben Affleck movie you saw?
The Town.
And you said The
I
Town,
don't
which is
really
a good
like
movie.
The Town that much.
But you
I can't remember what I
you're in the
said.
minority then in saying that. It's a very popular movie. People have seen it. Love
I
that
don't think
movie.
a lot of people have seen it.
I think a lot of people have seen it.
I don't think a lot of people saw it because it was Ben Affleck.
No,
I said what Ben.
Okay,
the movie I saw
Ben
it
Affleck
was.
is a very respected director now.
I'm gonna
Okay,
look.
when he makes a movie, people go see it. Argo
He's
made a
gonna
lot of
talk
money. The
long
Town
movie.
made a lot of money. Those movies made a lot of money. Were they summer blockbusters? Were they the fucking Avengers? No.
Extract.
But that's because they're different kinds of movies.
Alright,
Alright?
Extract was the last movie I saw. The movie before
Okay,
that,
where he's not being
Smoking
serious.
Aces.
Smoking Aces.
Where he
Good
died.
movie.
Where he dies quickly and everyone's happy.
Good movie.
And
alright?
In fact,
Yeah.
you, even back then, you were happy that
No,
Ben
no, no.
Affleck was killed
Yes.
quickly.
This is what I'm saying. He is someone who has done a ton to change the opinion of him, right? And for the most part,
Obviously not, because everybody still hates him.
no. That's the
Boy.
that's the
Wait.
what I want to call the nerd community, the majority of the general
Or the
public,
vocal
the general
minority.
public, the
Real
vocal
quick,
minority, sure.
real quick, argument I heard.
Okay.
Someone told me there was this actor
I love these.
who was
Yeah.
set for this movie.
Who
And
is
they-
that?
Well, let me get to
Let's
it.
get some
Like,
specifics.
there was an actor
Let's
set
bury
for
it
this
here,
movie.
let's bury it
It was
here.
based in a book. Everyone said like, no, this actor shouldn't be in this movie. He's not real good for that character. It shouldn't be in it. And then they said that like, well, the movie went on to be famous and great, and everyone actually like forgave, like kind of like said like forgave him for it. They said they loved him in the movie. He was great. That actor was Robert Pattinson in Twilight. They said he couldn't play Edward Cullen. They said he couldn't play Edward Cullen, and then he was in it. And the whole time I was reading this, the whole time I was reading this, I was thinking, "Fuck you! That's Twilight. Edward Cullen is not fucking Bruce Wayne. Edward Cullen is not fucking Batman. He's a goddamn glittery vampire. This is bullshit.
Can I just say something?
This is the only."
Did I just hear a motivational story about Twilight from Kit?
Exactly. This is stupid.
I don't know.
Twilight into it to make Ben Affleck look good.
Look.
Fuck you.
Look.
This is gonna be shitty.
Okay, first of all, I don't know who told you that or where you read this.
I read an article online.
Second of all, I don't see how this is helping your argument.
Because
Why did
everyone said that the film was gonna be terrible, and the fans ended up loving
Really?
it.
I
Sorry,
never heard that. Like, I never heard teenage girls
well,
going,
hold on.
"Oh, Robert Pattinson's gonna be
Brandon,
terrible."
Brandon, I'll tell you right now, you and I don't frequent teenage
No, you're right,
chat
you're
rooms
right.
like Kit
You're-
does. So obviously that never came into any of the conversations we heard. I wish that the
I went to
exit
part
wasn't
of
that
it.
way.
I went to
if
part
the
of the
doorway
internet,
wasn't right over
my
there, I
friends
would
here
get up
did.
and leave.
You know what I? You know what?
I don't want
I
to
went to the
yeah.
parts of the internet
You know
my
what
friends here did.
You know what I do notice though? Kid is on the far end of hating this, right? And you are saying you don't like it, but you're not like super heated about like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. You're not like that.
No.
And I am a step above you,
Don't
right?
ever do that.
And notice we're on that. Notice we're on that end, and Kid is on the vast other
Can
end,
I
right?
go back to several weeks ago?
Also, have you ever seen The Town? And I know you didn't like it that much, but have you seen The
No.
Town? See, this is what I'm saying. The people who haven't seen The Town, people who
Well,
have
sorry,
people
one movie is supposed to
No,
change my
I
fucking
said
mind.
Argo. I said Argo. I said
Sorry, I
Argo.
gotta see
I'm worried about
two
his face.
movies. Sorry,
I
two
know.
movies are gonna change my mind about like this fucking actor completely.
Which one was Argo? I might have actually seen it. Was that no? That wasn't the horse.
It
Right?
was getting people out of what city was
Like
that?
Middle East. It was something in the
Yeah,
Middle
what
East.
was
He was
it?
supposed to get them out of like Israel or Iraq or Baghdad or some shit. He was a
Yeah.
CIA agent. They were going there as a film crew, and they were supposed
Alright,
to
I
get
definitely
people
didn't
out.
see
It was him and Alan Arkin and John Goodman and Bryan Cranston.
I like Alan Arkin.
Argo, fuck yourself. You don't remember Argo, fuck yourself?
I really don't think I've seen it. You know what? I drink a lot, but
Okay.
I don't think I saw that one.
All right. Anyways, it's a good movie.
The Town I
It's a
didn't
really good
see.
movie.
The Town
I like The Town better than Argo. but-
I vaguely paid attention to most of the movie. I'll be honest.
All right. What I'm trying to say, what my thing in this is, he has done a lot to mature him, right? His professional career, his acting, his all that stuff. Because okay, Gone Baby Gone.
Gonna do?
Gone Baby Gone was the first movie he directed, right? It starred his brother, Casey Affleck, right? He's not an actor in that movie. Okay, from what I recall of that movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. But
Don't.
he's not really in it, right?
Mess it up.
There you go.
But people were like, Gone Baby Gone, great movie. Can't wait to see what Ben Affleck directs next. And then the next thing he directed was The Town. And he also starred in The Town. And people got worried. And they were like, wait. Gone Baby Gone was a great movie, but he wasn't acting in it. This is going to be stupid. His acting is going to be terrible. Because Ben Affleck is notorious for being a bad actor. I'm not arguing that statement because of a lot of his early career, right? So then he started in The Town. A lot of people were like, oh man, we're getting worried because he's acting in it this time. Not just directing it, he's also acting in it. But when it came out, people were like, wow, he actually was good in this movie, surprisingly. Like, people were surprised
So
about
are you-
this. I'm saying, and then he went back and did Argo and directed it and also starred in it.
Are you saying
And then
that-
he said, and then people were like, wow, Ben Affleck is a good actor now. Because based off of 2 movies in a
Hold on.
row, they looked at it and went, what did he do? What did he change?
I got
Let me know.
skip. I know
Let
what
me
you're
know.
doing.
Let me know.
I know
what
where
think.
Kit's
Let me
going
know
with
what I
this.
think.
Let's look at his hit.
I don't
win,
think you do, but
Let's look at his
Go ahead.
win-miss ratio. Not that
Okay,
great.
but that's
at this
judging.
point.
That's judging an entire career. Okay.
And now let's look at.
I am sure, and I don't know any offhand, but I'm sure there are people who had terrible, and then at the after a while had a great career.
But now we look at he had his brother in the one movie that he directed.
Okay. Yes. Gone Baby Gone.
Knocked him out and started starring in his own movies. Does that seem like more of a self-serving purpose? Is Ben Affleck actually an asshole?
Well, I think hey, I'm not saying that there is nothing to go.
Look at I just laughed.
Well, no, I'm
Okay.
just saying.
Well, no question.
I just
Ben Affleck, you were going serious.
No.
Ben Affleck, not an asshole.
No, it popped in my head.
Dude.
When you're explaining
Look,
it, it popped in my
I don't
head.
know.
Like, he directed a really good movie, and then
Okay.
he's like, well, I'll direct myself in my own movies. It
Okay,
seems
I
like
know
it
what
was
you're saying.
also-
I like Ben
maybe
Affleck and Kevin
he
Smith.
brought up
movies.
his name as a director just to jump off on his own directorial
I like
stuff.
Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith movies because he's an asshole. He's
Well,
a perfect
he
asshole.
plays
in
a
those
cheesy
movies.
fucking douchebag, and that's
Yeah.
why it's funny. He's
Yeah.
been really good at
Also
Kevin Smith
Because
movies.
he's used his own
Douchiness.
public persona.
Yeah.
Because I don't know Ben Affleck. Okay, none of us really
We don't.
know.
He's
We don't know him
ultimate
personally.
I met him at a Holiday Inn.
Really?
Nope, that's a lie.
That's what I thought. Maybe he's a great guy. I don't know.
If he wants
We
to
don't
come out
know,
with us, have
right?
some drinks, explain to him
Maybe he's a dick.
why he
I
should
don't
be
know.
Batman
Right?
and he wouldn't be
I don't
that.
know.
Money changes people.
Well,
I
it
wouldn't
could.
know.
But wouldn't it have changed Bruce Wayne? Okay. Anyways, what you're saying, I understand what
He
you're saying.
can't change Batman.
Hey, look, I think it sounds very egotistical to be like, well, I'm gonna put myself in all my own movies now, because that's kind of what he said is from now on, when I direct, I'm no longer interested in directing a movie unless I am acting in it.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he said, and yeah, I agree. That's a very egotistical thing to say, but that also leads to why I think he was cast in this movie. Right? If he wasn't cast in this movie for this movie. That's my theory, and that's
Are you
a lot
thinking-
of theories
Are
online.
you thinking Ben Affleck's taking the
Lot
reins of the
of-
Batman movies?
Well, maybe, but that's a lot of people's theories in terms of this announcement. People who actually think
'Cause
about it critically.
I haven't mentioned
Uh,
it yet, but I will say, like,
because
while I don't like him in
Warner
the town.
Brothers-
I think it was well directed.
Okay. Warner Brothers really wanted Ben Affleck to direct Justice League. Earlier in the year, we heard a lot of talk
Really?
about yes,
Her?
yes. They wanted him to direct Justice League. They asked him. He kind of turned it down, and I think one of the things that's when he said, "I don't want to direct anything that I'm not acting in." Right?
Which is douchey.
And I think in the end, Warner Brothers decided
How about
we
that?
want him. And I'm not saying it isn't, but I think in the end, Warner Brothers decided we really want him to direct Justice League, right? And so their kind of backdoor way of doing that is to then cast him.
This is the
Yeah,
backdoor.
sorry.
Back door. Wow. That's
Yeah.
how Warner Brothers wants to do it. Joel Schumacher's right back
we're gonna forget that happen. We're gonna forget that happen, or at least we're gonna try. And so
That's what
it's
I'm doing
their
right
way.
now.
It's their way of convincing, whatever you want to talk about, making it okay for Ben Affleck to direct Justice League. And regardless of what you think about that, because that's a whole other question, you have to admit,
layers.
as a director, he's been pretty damn successful. If you haven't seen the
Yeah.
movies, have you seen any Ben Affleck directed movies? Because I don't think you have.
No.
Have you? Gone Baby Gone, The Town, and Argo.
No. 3 movies?
Yes.
No.
You act like that's nothing. How many movies have you directed, Kit?
Oh God! I'm not in
I'm just
Hollywood.
saying. You
I'm
act like
fucking
that's.
Wisconsin.
You act like that's nothing. How many movies did how?
Well, how many
what did-
movies did he have to act before he could actually direct?
Wait. How many movies did Jon Favreau direct before Iron Man? I can think of Zathura and
2?
Elf.
Oh God, he did Zathura?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's all I can think of. So, okay. So, anyways,
Zathura was terrible.
I never saw Zathura. I have no opinion on
I
it.
saw it.
It was like
terrible.
I've seen parts of it on
But in
TV.
space.
Really? I've
It
seen
had
parts of it on
Dax
TV. I didn't think
Shepard
it
in
was
it.
bad.
It
Yeah.
had Dax Shepard
I
in
saw
it,
that
and
part.
it had the chick who played
Space
Yeah,
Like-
Kristen Stewart.
There you go.
Too. Yeah.
It was terrible.
Because Kid needs to bring up Twilight at every moment in this discussion, I know.
Yeah.
Anyways, but what I'm saying is,
I didn't
those
know
are
there was a
3
Twilight
well-received movies. I know, right?
That's
We're
weird.
learning things in this discussion. Those are 3 well-received movies. Things that he has been accommodated for. He's been talked about as being a great director because of doing those 3 movies. Okay, you have to start somewhere. No one's saying that he is the greatest director of all time. People are just saying, hey, look, Ben Affleck is a great director. We now have 3 movies.
Great director from
That
3
are-
movies.
Yes!
No.
Well, no,
You
Kid.
need more. You need more than 3 movies to be a great.
No,
You
no.
need more than 3 movies to be a great director.
No, but if you're already like 40 or whatever he is, I assume he's.
You know, I'll tell you what. Superhero movies. Great director.
They compare him a
and
lot.
an actor in the movie. Here's what I want. Okay.
Tell me. I need to know. I literally need
This
to know.
man has been a great director, great actor,
Fucking
and there's a superhero
Great.
movie he could be terrific.
Give
in.
me who?
He could be in fucking like Old Man Logan. He could be fucking Old Man Logan. You know what?
Do it.
Fucking Clint Eastwood.
I was just gonna say,
Fucking do it.
it's funny that you
He
say
can
that.
totally
Wait.
look at your face.
Wait.
You can totally fucking do it. couldn't you?
Okay. First of all,
Old
I think.
Man Logan.
First
He's
of all,
pissed off
wait, no.
enough.
He's
He
a
can
little old.
play it.
He's a little too old. Okay.
Oh, he can fucking do it. Doesn't matter if he's too old
Yeah, he
now.
is. No.
He can bulk up.
You're thinking
He
of
can
Gran
fucking
Torino.
do it.
Gran Torino's how many years old at this point? Okay, you're thinking
I
of
know
that.
that. Old enough. That's all it is. Old
I
enough.
like where Kit's going with this.
Me
but
too.
Hold on.
But I think he's making my point I was about to make.
No, hold on. Clint Eastwood has been around since the 60s, 70s?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, you can't really...
It's funny.
He's a legend at this point.
Yes.
You can't really hold Ben Affleck to Clint
No, you
Eastwood.
can't. I'm not
You
saying
can't.
that. But
It's because of how the length of they've been in the business.
Don't get me wrong, I don't mean to option those two, like not option, oppose those two against
Also,
each other.
I think
you were gonna
think that you would be.
I would still love the movie.
Yeah. I'm not saying it'd be a bad movie. Okay. What I was gonna say, which you kind of hijacked and said, what I was gonna say is a lot of people compare what so far looks to be the case with Ben Affleck to being what was the case with Clint Eastwood. Right? Clint Eastwood started as an actor, maybe not seen as the greatest director, but he made a lot.
He was a good actor before.
Yes, I have heard Ben Affleck compared to Clint Eastwood. I think Clint Eastwood.
God, why?
I think Clint Eastwood presented him with an award at some point, like because of how.
Was he an empty chair at the time?
I can't believe
Clint
you're
Eastwood out here
But
for the award, so forth.
All right, so what I'm saying
I
is.
watched that. So.
Okay, look at Clint Eastwood is a legend, right? Clint Eastwood's awesome. We all can agree with that. But in the beginning of Clint Eastwood's career, I don't know if he was seen as the greatest actor. Right, like he was seen as
I wasn't alive.
good for exactly, but he was seen more of as. It's true. He was seen more of as like he makes some good action movies and stuff like that. He makes some good westerns, that kind of stuff.
He was a western actor.
But it wasn't like his acting was like, oh man, he's the greatest actor. Like people weren't going nuts over his acting.
He was kind of niche. He just did a lot of western movies.
Yeah.
From what I got from like my mom and like my uncles and stuff like that, because they're all huge Eastwood fans, and it's mainly just because they like westerns. He did a lot of western movies.
Yeah. And then he started directing, and that's when people started taking notice.
He didn't really start directing until he was like.
Well, he was old, but he wasn't that old. He started directing.
He was a good actor before he was a director.
When did he start directing? It was like what, 90s?
The 90s, yeah.
Early 90s.
What was his first one? We don't know. But
what was one where he's a Secret Service agent, where he's protecting the president? What is that?
Blood Work.
Is that Blood Work?
Is that it?
I don't think that's.
There's True Crime.
Do you already have him?
Absolute Power. Yeah, I do.
Wow, why?
Bridges in Madison County was the earliest one he directed.
Oh, really? I've heard that's a good movie.
Wait, goes further. A Perfect World. In the Line of Fire.
In the Line of Fire. That's what I was thinking of.
That was Wolfgang Peterson.
That directed
was
that?
the director.
Really? I thought he directed that. Okay, anyways. But that's around the time he started directing, right? It was like mid-90s, early 90s, whatever.
Well, actually, he started directing on Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
Yeah, he directed
Unforgiven is like one of the. It's like the penultimate
slash. It's what people always look at. I know. It's supposed.
The storyteller.
I've seen it a couple.
I want to watch it.
For me, Unforgiven is it's one of the best westerns.
He started directing in the 70s.
Well, okay, some little stuff he directed. I'm not counting. I'm counting the movies, like whatever.
Yeah.
Also, different time.
But
anyways,
Rookie of the Year.
No, The Rookie.
Oh no, never mind.
Okay. Okay, but I'm sure The Rookie wasn't seen as an Oscar-nominated or worthy movie or anything.
Unforgiven, though.
Okay. Unforgiven was the first big Oscar-nominated thing he did, right? And whatever, that's fine. But I'm saying it's a lot of the same sort of thing where he was. Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I just went to sleep. It's fine. Okay. Anyways, what I'm saying is a lot of people. This went off the rails right just now. I know, but I didn't think we were going to talk forever about Clint Eastwood.
You knew we were.
Yeah. So, anyways, no, I didn't know we were going to talk about Clint Eastwood for 20 minutes.
But 5 minutes.
10 at the most. 10 at the most.
What I'm saying is,
people
compare him to Clint Eastwood, right? And so the fact that you brought Clint Eastwood as a way to be against him is odd to me.
Because he considers himself a director.
And plus, then you brought up Old Man Logan, which has nothing to do with Batman.
I thought that'd be awesome.
You made a bunch of odd points.
Comic book character.
You made a bunch of odd points.
No, but I think.
Like, if you told me Clint Eastwood wanted to direct a Wolverine movie and be Old Man Logan, that would be
wouldn't happen.
If you told me he was going to be Batman and direct a, Ben Affleck was going to be Batman.
No, we needed Terry McGinnis at that point, and I hate Terry McGinnis.
I like Terry McGinnis.
I think Terry McGinnis could work in a movie.
The Sewer Split.
I'm not huge on Terry McGinnis, but
I see Terry McGinnis
would
make an awesome movie, like the whole Batman Beyond thing.
If we had a
side note, Terry McGinnis is Batman Beyond, the cartoon and comic series that came out of that.
If we had
that's what we're talking about.
Clint Eastwood as Bruce Wayne, and then someone else as Terry McGinnis. I could see that movie working.
That I would love.
Yes.
Oh God.
That would,
Yeah.
that'd be sweet. Even though I don't really like the whole.
Then you can have Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Terry
Well,
McGinnis.
whoever.
Yeah,
At that point, I don't care. You
Yeah,
get some
you
sort
like
of
that, don't you?
whoever.
You like that, don't
You get whatever teen fucking black-haired person at that point. I don't really care.
No,
As long as they can act.
Can I just say, don't get me wrong.
I won't.
Batman Superman
I won't.
movie
You didn't like it to begin with.
with the Ben Affleck in it, I did not like it to begin with.
No.
I said that this, I said I have a bad feeling about this, hence, there you go. Ben
It is
Affleck.
true, Kit did have a bad feeling and Ben Affleck. It's
But,
just as
in
bad.
general,
What? You said that? I don't remember ever saying that.
No, he was really against this
I
movie.
was really against this movie.
The
Casey and Sarah,
yeah.
they were totally against me on this. I said, I don't like this movie. But here's the point.
God, thank
I'm gonna see this movie. That's a sad point.
That is the
That's
sad
the funny
point.
thing. Like the
That is the statement, though, and that is what is true about pretty much all.
You
of
can
these
have
people.
Robin Williams
Everyone-
as Superman.
This is the
throw
bad thing.
fucking
Any of you assholes.
Robert Pattinson
Look.
as Batman, and we would still go see the fucking movie.
Well, wait a
Anyway,
second. Wait a second. Is Joel Schumacher directing this movie?
Yeah, exactly. You
Shut
can-
the fuck. Shut the
We
fuck
would
up
still
with your
go see
matching
it.
Are you
shorts.
sure?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up with your matching shorts, okay? I
I'm
will
wearing
see this
shorts,
movie.
internet.
I will see this movie.
That's what we're gonna
And
pay
you know
for.
what? Doesn't fucking matter if I actually do see it or not. But because I saw fucking G.I. Joe Retaliation.
You
If
saw
this
the Purge.
movie is even a little bit better than G.I. Joe Retaliation, I would be surprised. If it's equal, I will be less surprised. If it's worse,
You'll be surprised.
probably shoot myself in the head.
What?
Wow, that's dark.
Yeah, really.
Dark, but do you not remember
Dark
G.I. Joe
Knight.
Retaliation?
Wait a second. It's a movie. Okay, this is a movie. It
Okay,
is not going to be the last. There will be more Batman movies. If you don't like this casting, then you have a choice not to go see it. If you're going to go see it anyways, then, well, guess you
Good-
have to deal with it.
good point.
If you don't like it after
Good.
that,
So,
fine.
good
Fine,
point.
don't go see it then.
Basically, we've rendered this
Brandon-
entire conversation mute because we're
It
ready to go
is.
see it anyway.
boy,
No, that's the truth, though. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. If you're
Brandon-
still going to go see it,
Brandon makes a good point.
You're still
if
gonna go
this
see
movie
it.
is that terrible to begin with, I'm gonna walk out of the theater, I'm gonna walk home, and I'll meet these guys at my place.
can I tell you what scares me about the internet backlash and exploding and all that kind of
Tell
crap?
me
And
what scares you.
the petitions to get him out of the cast. You know what scares the
Petitions?
shit out of me?
What?
People have too much power now thanks to Microsoft. I know we brought it back to console wars now, but Microsoft...
Oh, where's the graphic?
I know, here it goes.
Oh shit!
What do you mean?
Fucking explosion!
Okay, Microsoft did some things people didn't like. They outraged, they said, this is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid, right?
You're right.
The difference, though, is they voted with their
Go
wallets.
on, I'm gonna tell you what petitions
But
are
here's what
stupid to begin
scares
with.
me. Here's what scares me, though. Okay, they did all this, and Microsoft caved. They were just like, oh,
Exactly.
fuck. People can do what people can tell us whatever they want. We're gonna follow whatever they want, right?
If they stuck to their guns,
And
I would have more
this
respect
is
for them.
where
I don't know
this
anymore.
is where the argument about Michael Keaton as Batman and Heath Ledger as Joker and all that actually makes sense. Is that look at how it went with Microsoft. People complain enough, and they'll change it. Now, if they would have changed, though, like if they would have changed Heath Ledger being Joker, we never would have got Heath Ledger being Joker, right? Maybe he'd still be alive, which is kind of the sad thing about it. That's really the sad part about it.
I mean,
I was
But-
actually willing
yeah.
to see him as Joker.
But I know I was
I was
never really
curious.
against it either. I was like, we'll see what happens. Because
Yeah.
that's how I'm thinking this time. Is let's see what
Oh,
happens.
you really see what
All right?
happens?
Yes, because I'm
How
not
about
completely
them?
against it. How about them apples?
He's not the fucking draw
But what I'm
point
saying
of the
is
movie.
that's why those arguments make sense to me more than anything about, well, everyone complained about Michael Keaton, everyone complained about, people complained about Hugh Jackman,
So
because they were
actually-
like, I don't know who the fuck this is and he's too tall. So people complained about,
something
oh,
I
I know
actually
you're
read
still too
online
tall.
was that Mike Keaton,
every-
if this was Mike Keaton was Batman today, they would just fucking annihilate him on social
Look,
media. I was like,
most-
oh my god, if they brought Michael Keaton.
Most people were going to complain.
I would love him.
Regardless of who was casted here, most people were going to complain about who
Sure.
it was, right? Unless
True
it was
that.
like Nathan Fillion, who I don't think is right for the role, but is someone that nerds
No.
always say Nathan Fillion should be in every role, right? I
Man.
love Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion's smart enough.
I love Nathan
to say
Fillion.
no.
I don't see him as Batman.
Nah, he's
okay.
He's not Batman. He's Captain.
And I never
Mal
heard
Reynolds.
people saying that he should be Batman, but he's always the example when they say that.
There are roles.
Oh well, if
Enough
the internet
roles.
casted everything, it'd be Nathan Fillion in every role because that's what they would.
There are
that's
enough
what they
rules
would-
we have for Nathan Fillion. Was
Yeah,
he should be in
it's
this
true.
movie.
It's true, but.
Then-
He's a grisly, hardcore detective who's got
But I'm saying
luck on not his
people.
side.
Okay, the the vast majority of people are not always the greatest casting directors, right?
Sure.
They're not always going to know who is the perfect.
You don't have to
person
give
who's
them what
perfect
they want.
People
You
may
just
have good ideas, right?
Yeah.
But that's why there are people
Mob
that
rule
do this
is
sort of thing.
dangerous.
And look I know they also cast Ben Affleck because he's a famous person. He's going to bring name credibility to this. And right now,
Certainly he's bringing a lot
Yeah,
of
exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Batman has no,
No.
more name or credibility
Okay.
than Ben Affleck
Let's
does.
say Batman would have been cast as that guy from Strike Back that I mentioned, right? Would we be having this discussion?
Benedict
No.
No, and neither would most of the internet. This is gigantic publicity
Sure.
for them. Who's talking about Avengers 2 right now? Because not a lot of people.
But this brings
All
the
right.
argument back to
These
is
are the
Ben
things
Affleck
that they
correct
wanted.
for the part, though.
Look, I don't know how it's going to turn out. All right, I've not seen this Batman Superman movie.
Yeah.
Nobody has because it hasn't
No.
been made yet.
Oh,
all right,
yeah. I watched it
Obviously,
yesterday.
and you can have your reservations.
Nick Cage was Superman.
You can.
You can have the Nick Cage Superman picture right there. You know you're gonna put it there.
Okay.
Put it there.
You can have reservations. You can be worried. You can do all that stuff. But I think to go out and say this is going to be the worst movie ever because of this is stupid. Okay, it's hyperbole. It's a knee-jerk reaction to something that you disagreed with. Could Ben Affleck come out and be great as Batman? I think yeah, he could. Will he? I don't have an answer for that, and we won't know until the movie comes out. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
To jump to these conclusions is a bit much, and I can't believe the extremes that the internet has gone to
Can
talk
you-
out on
There
this
are
stuff.
many of
This-
pictures.
This is why I like that we have a podcast, because we're giving our opinions.
Yeah.
We're not making fucking petitions to say he can't
Yeah.
fucking be in
Yeah.
it. Because it's not our fucking decision. It may turn out he actually is pretty good in the movie, for what I fucking
It may
know.
turn out that way.
I'm not gonna fucking say no, because I don't have that decision. I'm not throwing fucking money at this movie.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys who are just like constantly like, no, I'm gonna jack off till he shouldn't be in this movie. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That's completely
that
ridiculous.
is fucking.
And it sounds painful.
And painful. Like, just give him a fucking chance. Fine. I'm not gonna do
He's
anything.
on the far end of the spectrum.
Oh, I'm saying give him a fucking chance because I can't do anything to stop it.
No, exactly. That's what
The wheels are
At least I
here.
hope. This is
The
what my
wheels
theory is with
are in
Microsoft.
And I want to hop in right.
I can't stop this.
I want to hop in
I
here.
will see the movie because it's a Batman movie. What the fuck do you want from me?
Kit, I'm gonna hop in. Please let me. And I think Brian brings up a good point that
I watched
lately-
fucking G.I. Joe Retaliation this year.
We know we all.
That was terrible.
Yes.
Was there too.
I
I
think the
forced my friends to
I think
watch
The Purge
it.
was worse.
I
don't know
feel
why you
bad.
guys
Was worse.
It's always Retaliation. I think The Purge was worse. Both
I
of those are
voted
terrible
against
movies,
Purge.
but The Purge
Anyway,
was worse.
I think Brandon brings up a good point about like basically internet mob mentality right now. Is it actually
They have too much power right
It
now.
seems like stronger than ever before. Is now that public opinion.
Fuck them.
Well, you're part of
They're
the
our
mob.
audience, yeah, and you are part of the mob.
I'm not telling studios what to do. I'm just saying
But-
fuck the other guys.
But your negativity and
Yeah.
coupled
Oh,
with
yeah.
everyone else's negativity could actually make them, I don't know, buy them off and get someone else. Like that could happen. Like look at Microsoft and how
It's-
they caved to all the
Yeah.
shit
Yep.
that people that
Well,
Sony was doing.
worried
I'm
about it.
pissed, but I know I can't do anything.
Like this
about
is the
way
year.
more
This seems
pissed.
like the year where the mob rule is what plays. And to be honest, it isn't necessarily what's the best in people's
What may
interest.
not be the best.
You know,
we don't know.
I
but
don't
what may
want.
not.
We don't know.
I don't want to live in a world where mob rules because that means I can't bitch.
No, you can bitch, but then you.
But it'll
you
have
get
more
more
weight.
Because
It'll
I'm
have
for the
more
mob
weight.
then. I'm
His
for the
bitch-
mob.
Your bitching will have more weight then.
Yeah,
so you'll
but
actually have
This
to
movie
think
comes
about it
out
first.
and
The thing
it's
is,
terrible.
you get-
I have a right to bitch because I fucking hated this in the beginning.
Yeah, but that's
No,
after the fact.
But no,
That's when something's already
here's
made.
the thing is, you're bitching. You get what you want, but there are times when people
Have been
will-
proven wrong.
will give you something that you didn't know you wanted.
Yeah,
but the fact
which-
that
which
everyone
I want to get
What-
everything I
what
want
did-
when I bitch
wait.
about it.
Okay, just like a week ago, we did the Let's Talk Some Games and we
Yeah,
talked about new systems,
exactly.
and you said, what is missing with these new systems? And you said, you haven't been surprised, you haven't been shown something that you didn't know you wanted.
Exactly. That's up to them. They're gonna come out
The
regardless.
thing is though, but
show me something I
and
want.
maybe for all we know, Xbone's bullshit. Like the stuff they wanted to get was stuff that would have actually helped, and we would eventually liked and
Yeah.
would have been better. But we don't know that
We
because
don't know
everybody went no fuck this, and then they changed everything.
Seeing a movie,
There could be an alternate
fucking,
dimension,
like,
fucking fringe
pop
style
off.
motherfucker, where there's some
$8
asshole who's like playing their
$8 to
great
see a
Xbox
movie.
and going, "This
buying a
is great."
system, $300,
Man,
$400,
Zeppelins.
$500
Zeppelin.
difference.
Look, here's
Next
the
movie, I'll be
here's the
disappointed.
thing.
Oh,
Zeppelin.
lost
I think-
$8. Bought a system I hate.
I think all this.
and I'm also grand out.
Okay.
Zeppelins.
Okay, all of this outrage and explosion of stuff, right? I think that first of all, it's doing nothing but get press for this movie before it's even filmed or anything, right? It's
Will
massive.
people go to watch a train wreck?
Yeah, exactly.
A trailer I
Well, no,
want to see.
it's not
A
just that.
trailer I really want to see.
Exactly. I think the trailer is going to be so crucial with this. And if Affleck looks awesome in the
For people
trailer,
with Heath Ledger?
it's going to be tons of
If
people
they-
being like,
If they do not
"Fuck,
sell it
man,
on the
he
trailer, they
looks
are
good."
so fucked.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But what I'm saying is,
Whoever cuts this trailer, make sure
you know, what we're doing is only perpetuating, I guess, in a way, what people are bitching about. But, you know, we wanted to give our opinions on this because it's
If
a huge
they
thing.
cut G.I. Joe
However-
trailer, then cut this one.
I think Warner Brothers knew all this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were prepared for people to flip out, and this is why I don't think it's going to change. I'm hoping that
You're right.
this mob mentality isn't going to change the choice and all that stuff, because I think Warner Brothers had to look at it and go,
You don't.
As
You
soon
don't
as
just
we
pick
announced
Ben
this,
You don't
exactly.
know all the stuff about. It's not like people are
As soon
oblivious
as-
to Ben
yeah.
Affleck's.
This isn't like Microsoft
stuff.
seeming like they don't know what people are thinking. This is more of Warner Brothers, to me, being
Yeah.
like, people are going to lose their shit on this, right? And they're like, but you know what? We know what we want to do. This is what we want to do, and we're going to
Exactly.
fucking
I like
do it
that.
anyways. Fuck
I
all
think
of you,
they're- I
right?
think that's exactly what they're at. Like Microsoft obviously didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yep.
They were out of touch and they did what they thought they could because they thought they
And it's
could.
because
get
of the
away
things
with
they said, though. Warner Brothers hasn't
Yeah.
come out and been like,
Right.
you know, we understand people are worried about Ben Affleck, and we're not sure if maybe
And that's
looking
where
back
it's
at it, it wasn't the greatest choice. No, there's
it.
not
You don't.
that.
You don't
They just
cast
came out
Ben
and said,
Affleck in a role like this,
Yeah.
not knowing people are going to flip their shit.
Yep.
That was it's somewhere up in the executives. There was a conscious decision to do this, possibly to even stir the pot just to get people talking.
Yep,
about it.
they're like, you know what? Avengers is huge. It kicked our ass, you know,
The
last year. or whatever.
controversy itself
It
kicks
was,
up the
you know,
Exactly.
we need something
Exactly.
to get people talking about DC movies, because all they ever talk about is Marvel movies.
All they talk about is how horrible Green Lantern is.
Well, yes, exactly.
Someone told me Ryan Reynolds to be fucking like Bruce Wayne. I was like,
No.
no, that's worse
Again,
than Ben Affleck. I was like,
That's
the
worse
fuck's
than
wrong?
Look, to be
Deadpool.
honest,
I told him shut up.
No, I think he's
you
fine
can't
with
talk
Deadpool.
to me the rest of the night.
to be honest,
Veronica.
to be honest, I don't know who should be Batman. Like, maybe that's part of the reason why I'm okay with it, because I'm waiting to
David
be,
Hayter.
I'm waiting to be surprised, right?
Kevin,
because I don't
Kevin
have
Conroy. We already know Kevin Conroy is the best Batman.
Okay, but well, voice-wise, yes. I don't know if he has the look of Batman, but anyways,
He's tall.
look, if
I think he's got black hair.
you
Brown
set
hair.
aside your opinions of Ben Affleck and the things that you're
Ben
thinking
Affleck
of,
is
when you
somebody
think
who's
of
gonna
Daredevil
like
and Pearl Harbor and Armageddon and all that kind of stuff,
Oh,
when you think of all that
I don't want
stuff,
to.
you know, if you throw that aside,
But I don't want to miss a thing.
just look at a picture of Ben Affleck once, and you have to admit that his physical attributes and all that,
yeah.
very close to Batman, right? Like,
Well,
and if he bulks up, which he supposably already is, he's supposedly already working out like 2 hours a day.
Well,
to, like,
I've
fucking be
already-
ripped.
I can
him as
see
Red
him as
Batman.
Batman. I just don't want him there.
I've already seen it.
That's
I've
where
already
I'm
seen
at.
him as Red Batman.
Yeah, Red Batman. He
No.
was really bad.
Like
He
I
just had
said,
a chin. Yeah.
okay, do we want to go to conclusions now? Does everyone want to wrap
Let's
up
go to
today's-
conclusions.
Conclusions. All right. Does anyone, who wants to
Okay,
start?
start.
I kind of want to end because I think I know pretty much what I want to say.
You should end.
Okay. And I'm the kind of
Okay.
odd man out kind of.
Okay.
Pretty much, if this movie comes out and it just surprises the shit out of me, it's being fantastic, great Batman movie.
This
I
sounds
will
like
shit
you
my
covering your
pants,
ass right
probably.
now. Actually, in case it is.
I'm not saying a promise. Like I will purposely shit my pants. It's like if this actually turns out as fantastic as it could,
Well,
I will probably shit my pants. But honestly, I was not behind this Batman Superman movie to begin with, and the simple fact that they're actually making one concerns me a hell of a lot. So, and there's nothing I can do about Hollywood. Honestly, I'm just
Can't fight City Hall.
I'm a fucking asshole on a fat asshole on a couch. Nothing I can do about that.
Nice couch though.
Thank you.
He stops to say thank you.
This is gonna happen whether I like it or not. Some fanboys should just accept that this is gonna happen whether you like it or not. Just sit back and when it's a shitty movie, then bitch all the fuck you want and make them
He's actually making
fucking
sense now.
burn
There you go.
for it.
Well,
Oh,
Make
Well,
them
that's a little harsh.
when it's a shitty
Finish what
movie,
was started
you
enough.
make them fucking burn for it.
okay.
seriously, go see the Unborn.
If you want to laugh at some Nazi
if you
jokes,
want to laugh,
All right.
like
Here are my final thoughts
Okay.
about the movie. Like I said, I'm not fully backing Ben Affleck at all. I don't.
I'm not 100% for him either. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not like, oh, this is going to be great no matter what. That's not what I'm saying either.
And to be fair, like the last Superman movie, because it's Zack Snyder, like the team, I'm more worried about the movie in general than I am about the casting.
That's how I feel.
And I think that
I didn't like the last movie.
there's a good chance that this movie isn't going to be that great. I don't think that in the casting is probably just like going to hinder it. I understand that they're building up the hype, but I think in the end, I mean, we have to wait till we see it, and we are going to see it, unfortunately. I mean, that's the bottom line.
What if
You
it
can-
looks awesome? Then it's not unfortunate. Or what if it is awesome? Then it's not.
Well, it can look awesome. You can have it.
It's true, you can have a great trailer
You can
and
have
a
a
bad
5-minute
movie.
trailer that looks really sweet, and then go
It's
see the
true.
movie and go, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
It's true.
And that's about where I'm at right now. Is I don't expect, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe since I'm not expecting great things from this movie, maybe it might actually turn out good. But I mean,
Better than you expect.
Wait, so we all liked Man of Steel, right? I think that's something else we didn't really bring into this.
well, again, that's the hype train. Like we reviewed this shit right after
Wow.
Like, but
I know what you're
It's
saying.
wore off on me.
we see it. Now that I could sit back and
Me too.
think about Man of Steel, I thought it was, and I've seen more critical reviews about it.
Yeah.
Where I
Stuff
kind
you
of
hear about it kind of ruins
I
your
kind of
opinions
agree
sometimes.
what they said. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like he wasn't really heroic. It was a superhero movie without a hero because he just kind
Alright.
of
Then I think
Didn't
I
really-
like Man of Steel more than the rest of us.
probably.
Which again
I-
might be a reason why I'm kind of more hopeful for this instead of.
And even Watchmen, like Watchmen.
And I like Watchmen. See,
like I liked it. I mean,
I like
it's
300.
it's the best you can do.
Don't like Sucker Punch though. Still not saying.
I don't.
that.
I'm aware of Watchmen.
I was not a fan of Sucker Punch as I left the movie theater.
No.
Nobody was.
We literally walked out, me and Kit. I looked at Kit and I went, "What the fuck did we just watch?"
Yeah.
Like I literally looked.
I
at
was
him and
like,
said
it was like one long music video.
Yeah, it was a really good Eurythmics. Annie Taylor, whatever.
that. All right.
fucking
So,
name is.
anyways, this might be telling in some of our opinions.
My eyes
Yeah.
feel good when I
Was
bring
it Annie
words.
Taylor? Is that her
That's
name?
what it was.
Who?
The chick from the Eurythmics?
Annie Lennox.
Annie Lennox, not Taylor. Lennox. Anyway, I'm thinking
It's
of.
the most obscure references.
Anyway, so I think the casting is secondary to a lot of the issues that I think this movie's going to be running up against.
Yep.
I'm not that thrilled to see it. I'm going to see it anyway, and that's about where I'm at. You know, I'm not excited for the
Don't
film.
come out of the
I'm
sun.
not excited for the
summer.
film. I appreciate the hype they're generating. I think it's all planned. That this is what they want to get people talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying the hype, but I'm not that excited. But I'm also a comic book fan, so obviously I'm going.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of people. Right?
Yeah.
So.
There's a lot of bitching, but I don't think there's a lot of.
There's a lot of bitching, but-
Nobody's gonna boycott the movie because he did it. They're all gonna go see it.
There's a lot of bitching, but deep down inside, everyone wants to make their own mind up.
Everyone wants to see what's gonna happen.
And hey, look, Zack Snyder movies always have great trailers. Even the Sucker Punch trailer is great, right?
I
You
didn't
saw
see
that
a trailer for such.
Oh,
I
I
never saw
did.
it.
Every Zack Snyder movie, the trailer is always great. So it's gonna be funny that to see how people react to the
I kind
trailer.
of want to watch Watchmen again.
Watchmen had great trailers, remember? Right?
But I had
with the,
read
like
it.
Smashing Pumpkins.
But I
and
had
the
read it,
Muse,
so I knew there was no way they could make it a really good
Smashing
movie.
Pumpkins with that song from Batman
And Muse.
Robin.
Holy shit,
Remember
that's
there was
right.
the Muse. There's Muse.
What,
songs?
the
Oh
song
god, the
version?
Batman
That
and
was
Robin
great, too.
trailer. That's
That was
right.
great.
I laughed at that. I was like, are you
No.
fucking seriously doing
Well, no,
this?
that was
I had that soundtrack.
That was a different version of the song. Just so you guys
It
know.
was
It was
but
on the soundtrack.
It was, but to be
It was the
fair,
same song. I know.
it was the same song. And when I saw that trailer,
It's funny
I
that
just started
it's
laughing.
funny that we've landed on that because of people bitching about this Batman and Robin being such a bad movie. It's funny
It's more or
that
less
So, and I think it is.
that's something original. That's something I have not heard on the internet
I think
yet.
it's kind of funny because a lot of people are bitching about Ben Affleck in this movie, and I think the real concern is the team working on the movie.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is
For me, anyways, that's it to me.
Ben Affleck is something that a lot of people don't like, but I think the whole team in general is something people should be more worried about. And I think
Because
everyone's
they don't know who they are.
Well, no. I meant like Zack Snyder and Goyer.
And Goyer. David Goyer.
What is
David S.
Goyer
Goyer.
done?
Yeah,
What has Goyer done again?
Jumper, The Unborn.
terrible movies.
He did the Dark Knight saga, but he co-wrote those with Christopher Nolan and Jonathan
Yeah.
Nolan. So he had the Nolan brothers helping.
Yeah.
What is
So everything he's done without the Nolan brothers has been
I think
questionable
he did
and
Blade,
terrible.
too. Did you read the Blade
what
movies?
is Goyer doing in the movie? Is he delivering coffee or?
No, he's
I
writing.
don't know. Yeah, he's
He's
writing
writing.
with
So I mean, I think that's more troublesome than just Ben Affleck. I think there's a lot of things in this movie, because even coming off of the Man of Steel wasn't the greatest movie.
And it wasn't the most well received.
Exactly. So I think coming off of that track record to do this, they got a lot of bumps in their path, and I think
they have a lot of work to do.
They got a lot of work to do. Exactly. And it's not going to come out for probably 2 years? I don't think it's slated for next year, right?
No, I think it's 2015.
Yeah, exactly. So they got 2 years to kind of work out all these bumps, which they definitely
Because this is the thing I didn't bring up actually.
Wow.
Remember?
And the track keeps rolling.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna wrap it up here. But there's one other thing. One other thing I wanted to mention.
More Aerosmith.
I tried to bring this up before we did this conversation, and that is, as much as you don't want to believe it, as much as people don't want to believe it out there, probably.
I hate believing.
There was quite a few people who were against Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one you don't hear about as much, right? But it's true. People were against it because they were like, "Oh, Robert Downey Jr.
they were
is
idiots.
just." Yeah, and I'm not saying they're right because we didn't feel that way.
Not as obvious as their.
We were excited for Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, so it's hard for you guys to understand that. But I do remember hearing people on the internet or whatever saying, he's gonna be Tony Stark, he's gonna be Iron Man, worried about it, and
I have no idea where those people came from.
yeah, well, because
That's what the
okay, you have to remember also
if they actually
before
see
Iron
anything
Man.
with Robert Downey Jr. in,
Okay, calm down.
how could they hate it?
Before Iron Man,
Was that?
what do people have to go off of, especially after rehab, right? So he disappeared for a while, did rehab and all that stuff.
What was the-
came back, and what did he
Can't
do?
think
He
of
did
the
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
Which
and
was
he-
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. But not many people saw it. It's not a huge movie that tons of
What was
people
the
have
movie
seen.
with the rotoscoping?
A Scanner Darkly.
Awesome.
Scanner
He was
Darkly.
awesome in that
awesome.
movie.
But was that before Iron Man? That was around the same
That
time.
was after.
Are you
It was
sure?
definitely
Before.
It was before? Okay. But again, not many people saw it. You just couldn't even think of the name. What do you?
I know.
But what did he do?
I'm drunk.
Okay, right
I don't
before,
think of stuff.
Right before Iron Man, though, what came out?
Zodiac.
It was Zodiac, and that was a movie that we went to go see. We came out
I don't
and
even
we
know
went
why we went and saw that.
That
because
was
I wanted to see
fantastic.
it.
That is
I love David Fincher. All right,
that's why I
love David Fincher.
I was gonna say even I didn't even think that was a movie you thought would be worth seeing.
I was the one going, let's go see it.
There we go. That's what
I was the one going, let's go see it, right? And hey, we can agree that was a good movie, right? It's a great
was.
movie. I love Zodiac.
Zodiac is on Netflix.
It had
now.
Yeah, you should
Jim
watch
Carrey's
Zodiac.
tranny brother.
So
as the
goddamn
villain.
good.
It had Mark Ruffalo, Anthony Edwards,
Kenosha's own Mark Ruffalo.
Kenosha's own Mark Ruffalo. We had to get that in here somewhere.
It's a shame
But anyways,
Travis didn't show up.
We saw Zodiac. We went out, and what was the thing we said? We said,
That is.
"Wow, Robert
That's
Downey
like his
Jr.
audition
is
tape.
So
so
good in that movie. He was the main character in the
Right.
movie, but he was so goddamn good.
And he was very Tony Stark-esque. He had a goatee. He was drunk. Like, we were like, holy crap. He's going to be a great Tony Stark.
And the thing is, I always said, and I think we all have the same opinion. He would be a great Tony Stark. I even have trouble referring to him as Robert Downey Jr. anymore. He's always Tony Stark.
I know.
Like he rocked.
No, it's true.
The thing, all I could think of was will he have a good mustache? And that movie proved he would have a good mustache. That was the only
honestly,
concern.
the first movie I remember
But
seeing.
people were more thinking about the controversy, the drug addiction, the alcohol addiction.
Yeah.
But
they just made him seem like a better Tony Stark to me.
but people were more focused on he's 13 years old and he smells like Robert Downey Jr. That sort of thing, as opposed to this is right for the role.
I can't
right?
remember what movie
He's 8
it is,
years old,
Robert Downey
whatever.
Jr.
He's 8 years old and he smells like Robert Downey Jr.
When I was a child, I saw Chaplin, starring
which he was Oscar
Charlie
nominated for.
Chaplin.
He's Oscar nominated for that role.
Fucking loved that movie.
Yeah, right.
I was a kid.
He was a kid.
Barely understood movies.
I'm surprised
Loved
as a
that
kid
movie.
you watched Chaplin. Okay.
My mom dragged me to it. My mom dragged me
But
to
the
it.
point I'm trying to make in this Robert Downey Jr. Analogy, which I'm sure by now people are probably getting heated over what I just said about comparing this to Robert Downey Jr. But we said Zodiac he did before that. Yeah, nobody's gonna make it this far. We said Zodiac before this. David Fincher movie, we mentioned that. And what is Affleck doing before Superman Batman? Does anyone know other than me? I don't remember the name of the movie.
Argo, I swear to
Oh,
God.
I guess you don't even know.
I don't remember the name of the movie.
Christ.
I don't remember the name of the movie, but the important point I'm making is it's a movie directed by David Fincher. So he's doing a David Fincher movie going into a superhero
What
role.
David Fincher
which is
movie?
insane. I don't remember what it's called. It has a name,
What
a
the fuck
generic
does it
name.
matter? Have you
It hasn't
seen it?
even been
Have you
made
seen
yet.
it?
The things he's
Then
doing.
What does it fucking matter?
Okay, all right. Between now and Batman and Superman, he's making 2 movies, I think. I think he's directing something, and I don't remember what that is either. And then he's making the David Fincher movie, and then he's doing Superman Batman.
Just because he makes a David Fincher movie doesn't mean the David Fincher movie is
Gone
going to be
Girl? Live by Night?
I think Live by Night might be.
Runner?
Runner comes out later this year. That's not. That's done filming. That's all.
To Wonder. To
this,
the Wonder?
This does not make up for him.
Maybe Gone Girl is it. Click on it. What does it say?
Nick Dunn.
Well, that's his role or whatever. It's
Now I'm just going to look at the picture.
So anyways.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Awesome. He's directing it?
No.
I was going to say that'd be fucking...
David Fincher.
Yes. It's Gone Girl, right?
With Rosamund Pike.
Who we just saw in
We just saw.
In The World's End.
Ben Affleck, Neil Patrick Harris, and rumored
Tyler Perry, yeah. Hey,
Well,
wait. Tyler Perry's in Star Trek. Anyways.
For like 5 minutes and nobody
Still,
cares.
we don't know how long he's in that movie. But anyways, and hey, it's David fucking Fincher.
He's
all right?
in the top 4 billing.
David Fincher! That's all I'm saying.
Oh, he's just trying to throw name recognition to make up for Ben Affleck.
You tell me a bad David Fincher
Jesus,
movie.
look at the poster.
If you say Alien 3,
Hold on,
I'm
look
gonna
at
be
this.
pissed.
had that
Hold on,
up.
If you say Alien 3, I'm gonna be
Look at
pissed.
bitch, look at these fucking
Oh,
thumbnails.
shh! Have you seen Alien 3?
Look at the town and Argo have the exact same color scheme. It's gray with red.
No, that's advertising.
Yeah,
That's nothing to do with
better
him.
question. Have you
just
seen
really weird.
Alien 3?
No.
Aliens 3?
Then why would you get
No, 'cause
fucking
I'm-
pissed? You
'cause
haven't
I'm
seen
saying-
the movie.
Because I'm
You
saying,
can't
if
fucking
you say that is a
Everyone
bad David
saying
Fincher
it?
movie, that's his first movie. That's his first movie ever fucking made. Okay. If it sucks, then that's because it's his
What-
first fucking movie.
Madonna video collection.
You don't know what? Maybe that's an awesome Madonna video. Okay, you don't know that. He's made some awesome music videos, by the way. Before you start tearing apart
David Fincher was...
before you start tearing apart his music videos, okay, which is stupid.
That's yourself.
He probably made the video
Oh, yeah,
for that.
That's actually a sweet video.
What? So what?
Wait, what was the one that was like
Look at he made Seven, The Game,
Spots.
Fight Club, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. He made Zodiac.
Panic
He
Room.
made Panic Room. Yes.
Whoa,
These are
whoa, whoa.
all good movies, if
I'm
not great
not-
or excellent.
I'm not
movies.
giving him a fucking buy because he's made a lot of great movies. Because even
The
if you made a
Social
lot,
Network.
even if you made a lot of great movies, Joss Whedon could make a bad movie.
Wait, how many great movies did I just name? Because I remember you making a big deal about how many great movies has Ben Affleck directed? 3? 3? That's it? I just named a ton of David Fincher movies, and now you're talking bad about David Fincher. Okay,
whoa. I don't have a bad. David Fincher wants to be Batman. That's a whole different
Well, he's
subject.
not gonna. If he wants to direct Batman, I'm fully on board with
If he
that.
wants
In
to
fact,
be
when-
Batman.
Wait.
I even said if Ben
Hang on a
Affleck wants to
second.
be Batman,
Hang on a second.
no big problem.
When
No problem with that.
Nolan said that Dark Knight Rises was going to be his last Batman movie, and they asked who was going to take over the reins, I said Fincher or Duncan Jones. So
You did.
that was my answer. So I would fully endorse.
I don't have problems with
Damn,
directors.
you wanna be
I would enforce
I
David
don't have
Fincher
problems
being
with
the director.
directors. I have problems with actors because they're the figurehead. They're the ones you look at the poster. They're the ones you see on the cover of the disc.
You know, and in the
have.
end, that comes down to the difference between me and you guys, though, because I always put more. I put more in the director than what you guys do.
Yeah, I know. I'm so goddamn aware of that.
So, anyways, so the final points I want to make now that I made that little aside and we
Moon
went
pie.
on for another 10 minutes. What? Yeah, Sam Rockwell again?
Sam,
You're going-
you know Sam Rockwell.
That's because I had to
Moon
find
pie.
a picture of him with the fuck. Anyways.
Did you do that? Oh,
yes,
God, thank
that's
you.
in there. Okay, anyway, I couldn't find a gif of him spitting it out though, and that's what I wanted. So internet, make that so I can then go back and re-edit it, but I won't.
Just make it
So
yourself.
anyways, no, I don't own the Green Mile. Anyways, okay. So, so I guess we're on my final thoughts then. My final thoughts are, this is all a thing to get him to direct Justice League, first of all, so don't put too much into it, okay? And if you say I don't want him directing Justice League, then one, that's fine if you think that, but two, he's directed some pretty great movies so far. Granted, it's only 3 movies. I understand your point about that. It's only 3 movies.
Don't have a problem with the director
But
of Justice League.
I would much rather get a director that's made 3 great movies in a row, and there's only movies he's directed, than someone who maybe has had ups and downs, whatever.
Look, if Ben Affleck want to play Flash, Green Lantern,
How many movies did
fucking
Christopher Nolan
Wonder
direct
Woman.
before he did Batman Begins?
wouldn't care. But
2 or 3?
Memento, Insomnia.
Batman is
Following? And the Following,
Batman is sacred
right?
to me. Batman
3.
is sacred to me to a point that just
So, Following,
Batman's sacred to me.
Memento, Insomnia. 3 movies. You know, we could be wrong, and I hope people call us out on that if we are. But Christopher Nolan made 3 great
And
movies.
the comment section.
Yeah,
That you don't
yeah.
use.
Yeah.
You say Inception?
3 great movies. Inception was after Batman Begins. I said before he did Batman.
Oh.
How many movies did he direct? All right. So, and those are great movies. Insomnia is his probably weakest work. Following's kind of
Okay, I
weird,
remember
but
you
that's
brought
his
the
first
DVD
movie.
over. I was like, I just gotta figure out how to play the video again
Okay.
because I have to go through all these sub things.
That was Memento. It was not Insomnia.
All right.
And that was because it was.
Oh, all right. Sorry, you made a decision for me. Insomnia was terrible.
Fancy Insomnia wasn't terrible. It's still a
was
decent
terrible.
movie. It's just not
I
the
don't
greatest
hate
Christopher
any
Nolan.
actors
And
in
he
the
didn't.
movie.
He didn't write it. Neither did his brother. He adapted it. It was.
He shouldn't have accepted it because it was
Jesus
terrible.
Christ. And plus,
Where?
Robin Williams was pretty good in that movie, leading
He
us
was.
all back to Ben Affleck, right? Because it's Good Will Hunting.
Oh, I
Anyways,
thought-
Robin Williams was
Aladdin.
terrible
I
in
thought
1
you were
hour
referencing
photo.
Aladdin.
that's your opinion, and that's a different movie.
You haven't seen 1 hour
Anyways,
photo.
I've seen 1 hour photo. I think it's okay. Anyways, and I think Robin Williams is pretty good in it. So fuck you.
God bless.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, he's actually really good.
Yeah, right? I never get when you bring that up. I'm going to be completely
Well,
honest right now.
well, you
I
guys-
let you do it because
you
I don't want to
want-
argue with
Yeah.
you, but right now I'm kind of like, whoa, you're...
Well, you know what? We can argue 1 hour photo after we close this
Yes.
video off.
So
We
my
should see
closing
1 hour photo
opinions.
again.
My closing opinions. If you want to be concerned about this movie, you have your right to be concerned about this movie. If you're going to go out there and bitch about I hate this movie instantly, it's not going to be good, it's going to be terrible, fuck Ben Affleck, I hope he dies a million deaths, whatever, that is stupid. Alright?
Yeah,
First of all,
pretty
you don't know Ben Affleck.
First of all, you can only die one death. That's
If you
Yeah,
plan-
whatever.
If you plan to pick this movie, fuck you.
You don't know Ben Affleck
Wasting
personally,
your time.
and he does a lot of charity work and stuff, so sounds like kind of a nice guy.
He's already
right?
better
A
than
good
Steve
guy.
Jobs.
And, people complain about the Boston accent
Yeah,
or whatever.
if he
He
does,
can turn off the
very
Boston
well.
accent, alright? He doesn't have to use the Boston accent. He does
He
it
does
when
as
it's a
much charity
Boston
work as
movie.
He fucking wants.
He's going to use it when he's in a Boston movie, right? But, he doesn't have to. He can turn it off. You've seen movies where he has. But
Like
anyways,
Pearl Harbor.
exactly.
I don't buy his movies for the charity work he does. I buy him his
Here's
movies
my
for
thing.
how good he is. on them.
Be more concerned about how this movie's going to be in general, not just who casts Batman. All right, be concerned about Snyder and Goyer. People complained about Man of Steel, and now that seems like they don't give a shit. They're more worried about Ben Affleck being Batman than their complaints about Man of Steel. Be more worried about that. That is more justifiable. If you didn't, because that's something that's been made, you've seen, and you can have an opinion on.
Question
But
myself
this is
about
something you
Batman.
have not
Yeah.
seen. It is not done being made, and it's hard. You can't come out and say this is a terrible movie when you haven't seen it.
Sure.
All right. So calm down. Give Ben Affleck a chance. Maybe he'll surprise you, and just remember it's just a movie. All right, people. It's just a fucking
You're not saying
movie.
calm down. With
I understand it's
Oh,
Batman. Iconic character. Beloved character. Love Batman. I'm wearing this fucking shirt. Okay. I love Batman. However. There have been bad Batman movies, okay, and there probably won't, there will probably be bad Batman movies looking forward. Whether this is one, yet to be seen.
George Clooney
Alright.
comes to mind mainly.
Okay, so anyways, George Clooney comes to mind, I
It's a
guess.
bad one, I remember.
But he was
I like
a bad
that.
Batman,
I
great
like
Bruce
that
Wayne.
West.
We already established
Like
that.
Val Kilmer. I want to get question mark in the back of my head.
Okay, so I think that's the gist of what we're saying. I'm saying reserve judgment, give it a chance. Don't be so fucking negative about what you're
Be
seeing.
a real fan. Don't be like one of those bullshit fans.
Yeah, all right. I mean, we don't know
Just
the
judgmental.
discussions that Warner Brothers had with Ben Affleck. Maybe they asked him. Maybe they had a
Don't be a
tryout.
dick.
He might have a tryout that's amazing. He might. I mean, we don't
He
know.
had a
Okay.
real problem with the idea of being Batman himself. Like, can I
Hey,
really
look,
be Batman?
if
He made a request those
Alright,
nipples
alright,
on the
alright.
batsuit.
If he's making this movie and now he has a reputation to uphold, and so if Zack Snyder or David Goyer start making some weird fucking decisions, do you think him now having that ego that we talked about and being a well-known director and stuff isn't going to step in and go, wait a fucking second, Mr. fucking Zack Snyder, you're making this shitty.
I'm not gonna go fight Doomsday with
yeah,
Max.
Yeah, exactly. I want to believe that
fucking Batman.
on top of him being Batman, he will have some sort of role in advising Zack Snyder on some things. Like if something's completely bogus or stupid or fucked up, it's hard for me to believe that he won't say something.
Something I try to think about most of this movie, though, is that this is a Superman movie, mainly.
No,
Batman's
it's
in
both
it.
of them.
Batman's in it, but it's mainly focused on Superman. Because this
Are you sure?
Is this meant to be a Superman sequel?
That's
No,
another
it's
thing.
not.
We don't know what this movie's gonna be.
Yeah, this is meant to be a Superman sequel.
It doesn't seem like this is
It's a
Superman.
This is
follow-up.
meant to, like everyone
It's a
said,
follow-up to Man of
follow-up.
Steel.
Yeah, it's meant to be
I think
focused
that's
more
no,
on
I think you've
Superman
had
than
the,
Batman.
We explained this isn't a Superman sequel. It's a movie that stars Superman and Batman. It happens that
It stars
the next
Superman,
movie.
but has Batman in it.
It's
No.
the continuation of the Superman story, but with Batman's
It's got
equal
the same
part of that.
Superman, but it seems I don't see this as a sequel to
And I'm-
Superman. And I think
And
that's
I'm
the
sure
problem
it'll pick
that
up
you have.
after Man of
That's
Steel.
what I see that.
I think Man of Steel
I
happened.
see it. I
Yeah.
see it as a
Movie.
Man of Steel movie.
Yeah, no, this is post Man of Steel, but I've
That
not seen
makes
this
it a bit
as
easier for me.
Superman 2. This
Yeah.
is Superman Batman. This is the bravest and bold, or world's finest, or whatever the fuck you
There's
want.
bold world's finest, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't Superman 2. This is world's finest. It's
And
just
this
a
is
movie that they're
something-
making.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
has
Probably
both
easier.
characters.
It'd probably
And
be
this
for a
is-
lot of people if they saw us as a Superman sequel
Okay.
more than a Superman
No.
Batman movie. I
No,
think
it
it
is
was.
a Superman
and it would
Batman.
be easier. It would be easier transition for people.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the thing, though. You just fucked me up. I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say.
There is
This
the
is a
thing.
stepping stone
Here's
on the way
the
to
thing.
Justice League, right? The reason for this movie to exist to me is you can advance the Man of Steel storyline a little more, you can set up for Justice League a little more, and you don't have to introduce a new Batman in Justice League now. You can solve all those problems going into Justice League, so that when Justice League comes along, you've got
There's
Superman
speeding-
established, you have Batman
speeding.
established, and now you just have to worry about establishing the rest of them.
Speeding towards
Right?
the fucking Justice League movie to make
No,
up-
exactly, but
Well,
that's because
and that
they want
seems
to
like
make
what they
money.
wanna do.
just to match
They
Marvel.
want to make money.
That's-
Just to make
They're
money.
We established
And
that's
that
what they
idea.
want. It is, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not. No one. I don't think anyone's saying that rushing straight ahead to a Justice League movie as quick as you can is a good idea. It's clearly, obviously, like getting Batman established, Superman established. I expect the Wonder Woman movie, and we were talking
Well, I don't think
Flash
that's
of Indy Green, Flash
What
of Green Arrow.
what
they pulled them
movies
over.
are happening?
Yeah,
from
like,
TV. Yeah, that'd be
Like
yeah,
it seems,
cool.
it seems like they're rushing forward to a
They're trying
Justice
to
League
match
movie
Marvel.
specifically just to get into the market.
You
Because
also have to remember.
comic book, since Avengers, comic book movies are now really popular and profitable. So it seems it's clearly a move just to rush ahead to get more money. I don't think anyone's discrediting that.
All right, couple things in what you just said.
Makes it-
A couple things. Wow, we could go on forever talking about this.
And we
but-
probably will.
And we
Good.
probably will. But
Fell asleep during fucking Green Lantern. God damn it.
okay, so anyways, you have to also look at this is a big get for them, right? Regardless of what you think about him, Ben Affleck is a big name. He's a famous person. He's people, someone people know, right? And in terms of
I know Hugh Laurie.
people signing up for these roles, right?
Hugh Laurie.
You're not going to get that many big names signing up for a multi-picture, multi-deal thing that's going to take up a huge chunk of their career, all that kind of stuff, right? Marvel had to go out and cast up-and-comers / people somewhat known but could kind of be, brought in, and they made them stars, right? And look at Thor and Captain America.
Yeah.
Those movies did good, but they did not do Avengers or Iron Man numbers, right?
No.
And really, that's because Chris Hemsworth, pretty much an unknown at that point. Chris Evans, maybe known, but maybe not a huge name, right? Like just kind of a mediocre star.
To tell you the truth,
Right?
I actually like Captain America better than I like Thor.
Me too, but that's
Not
a different
because the
topic
actors,
for a
it's
different
because
day.
of the story.
We will talk about that when we get to Thor: The Dark World, I'm sure.
Say
But
it up.
anyways,
Darkest
what I'm
Thrones.
saying is, it's hard to get a big name to sign on to that long of a commitment, that much of a deal and everything. And the fact that they got Affleck to do
Yeah,
this,
they got Clooney to
supposedly. No, they didn't. We don't know how long Affleck's deal is for, right? But you have to think that they right away signed him for Justice League, maybe a Batman standalone movie, maybe two, probably another Justice League movie. So they probably signed him for
look, this
years.
is what we plan on doing.
Right? Yeah. And also you have to remember that this is going to give him the opportunity to make what he wants in between there. Kind of like what Christopher Nolan did. Christopher Nolan did Batman Begins. It did good. They wanted him to do Dark Knight, right, the sequel. And he went and made The Prestige because he wanted to make The Prestige, not because Warner Brothers did. Dark Knight did amazing. And he even then had more pull and said, I want to make this small, independent sci-fi movie called Inception. And guess what? The budget exploded to like $200 million. But guess what? Warner Bros. Didn't care because they gave them The Dark Knight, right? And so they let him do whatever the fuck he wants. So if he does this, it's successful. He can look at Warner Brothers and go, hey, I want to do this movie between this and Justice League. You should let me do it
What are you
because
talking about?
you
Ben
fucking
Affleck?
need me, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So he'll be able to do that. And plus he'll probably direct Justice League based on this. If he enjoys his experience, wants to keep going, things like that. Again, it's going to depend on this movie. So
If it's not Reindeer
That won't come out
Games
for
2
2 years.
or Phantoms 2, I don't
Games
care.
2. Reindeer Games I kind of like.
I did.
Right?
I like Reindeer
Jerry
Games.
Sinise, man. Charlize Theron. It's actually, it's cheesy in parts. True, but I kind of liked
The
it.
movie.
I kind of liked it. I haven't seen it in years, but I kind of liked it. But
It's not cheesy like Nick Cage movies are cheesy.
What we're saying, don't be quick to judge. Wait and see what happens. You've been surprised before. You've been let down before. We don't know how this is going to end up. and we'll
I think
know.
Great things about the movies. They surprise
Is this
you.
a cautionary tale to the internet just to like maybe relax on your hate for Ben Affleck? Because it's
Yes.
we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Get over it. This isn't gonna ruin
You can't
your
do
life.
anything. Just
This is just
oh
a
my God, are we
goddamn
condoning rape?
like
No.
like you said.
No, we're basically saying,
goddamn
hey, internet,
movie.
relax. They're going in dry.
It's a goddamn movie. It's meant to fucking
No,
entertain you.
that's it.
The movie,
Resisting Boredom
exactly.
stance is Ben Affleck is going in dry. Just take it.
I don't. All right. So, anyways, thank you for watching. If you're still watching at this point, and there's probably very few of you. However, if you enjoyed us yelling, and rambling- if you enjoyed us yelling and rambling, you can watch our other videos. They will be available if you click on our name thing below this, right?
I'm Kid Kobe,
don't forget
Goldie,
to
Brennan Kaiser,
dislike us.
Josh Justin, yeah. Josh likes to say dislike us because people tend to every once in a while. But
I haven't checked my
anyway,
Twitter in forever.
It just lets us know that people are paying attention.
yeah, at least
Send me
people are
messages
watching
on
it.
Twitter.
I'd rather have like
I
100
don't
dislikes
go
than one
there
like, I'll tell you
anymore.
that much.
Really?
Like, give me a
least
reason to
people
go
are
there.
watching.
No, it's true. It's true. All right. So, anyways, thanks for watching.
Really
Check out
gotta
other
pee.
shit. And
Located all over the screen.
yeah, if you liked us drunken rambling and yelling about shit, then yeah, check those out. You may enjoy that as well if you made it this far.
And you know what? It'd be a great way
To resist boredom.
Or urinate. Finally,
Lion
gets
face.
it.
Ah,
Yeah.
tiger face. Ah, Batman face. No, I really have.
You
I
want
just
to get
wanna get
nuts?
this off.
Let's get nuts.